CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came through. And with
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point. And for Dallas, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Cauley Stein in at the five. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these seven-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
And the Mavericks with possession here after the basket by Los Angeles.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
George against Richardson. Right side George. Up again. It's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Doncic outside. Richardson outside. There's the three. Shot clock at 6. Here's Doncic. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Doncic has got 6.
Well, this gives you some confidence when you drop 3 straight to start the game.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. George looking over the floor. Passes to Zubac. He gets that one.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
To the paint, here's Cauley Stein, and it's sent back by George. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Here's Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go. Jackson against Doncic. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Stolen by Jackson. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Jackson, great anticipation on the steal, then quickly gets them out in transition.
Doncic outside. And good that time.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Jackson against Doncic. It's Jackson with the drive. Up and in on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Up top, Doncic. Guarded by Jackson. Out to Doncic. 1:36 left here in the opening quarter. Count it.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in a zone.
George passes to Jackson. Back to George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Pass to Powell. To the middle, and stolen by Patterson. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Brunson against Rondo. Brunson the pass to Powell. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
In the corner, it's Morris. Bangs home the trifecta. Morris has got 5 now.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Brunson against Rondo. Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Clippers leading by 9. Outside Rondo. The pass to Patterson. And here's Kennard. Kicks to Morris. With 1 on the clock, and we reach the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 9. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've been.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Kennard. Patrick Patterson is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 2-guard spot.
And how about the stingy defense there to deny that pass?
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Now here's Powell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Clippers leading by 7. Now here's Rondo. Pass to Kennard. Beyond the arc. That shot misses. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That's his first foul. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Brunson scanning the floor. Redick for 3.
Really admire the hustle of Rondo on defense. Always gets a hand in the shooter's face. The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Good on the shot. Mann's got his first points of the game.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
It's Redick on the wing. Here's the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence, and so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level.
George is checked in for Luke Kennard. Now, here's Doncic. 10 points for him. Looking for Cauley Stein. He gets it there. Over in the corner, Porzingis. Dallas, no good that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
A three from Leonard. Porzingis with the rebound. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. 6-point game. Hardaway goes in. And that one is good.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Doncic against Jackson. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. In the corner, George with it. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. Now, here's Doncic. Richardson the pass to Cauley Stein. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Doncic missing. Clippers leading by 4. Here's George. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Defense does a good job, but George won't relent. He rises to meet their challenge.
Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Over in the corner, Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. Zubac's defending. Back to Doncic. Tips it up. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. LA's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
But the truth is, those type of plays are going to happen. You just have to regroup mentally and get back to work.
Here's Richardson. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
And that one's good. George.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting to it.
Doncic feeling it out. Outside, Porzingis. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Outside, George. It's good from long range. George has got 7 points for the quarter.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is...
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back to the set.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. It was all about the Clippers as the game got going. At one point, they had a 9-point lead.
Pull it back, Kobe. Rest in peace to the Mamba and baby GG.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slot. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5. Home in the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
Right side, Porzingis. Looking for Cauley Stein. He gets it there. Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Dallas shooting their first free throw of the game here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now, as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin. And Cauley Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. It's George on the wing. And another three for the Clippers.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Doncic outside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Clippers leading by 9. Leonard with the ball. He's got 8. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley-Stein, a presence defensively.
And again, Dallas turns it over.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Porzingis. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. And then for Los Angeles, Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Leonard. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. It's stolen by Morris. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Mike Powell comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Morris, no good.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
And the dunk by Powell.
He's a great shooter, but not just a gunner. JJ finding the open man.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Rondo against Redick. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Again, the Mavericks score.
And even from mid-range, J.J. Redick is the kind of shooter where that's a highly efficient shot.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Inside, trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. And so they foul intentionally.
Now into the lineup for the Clippers.
1:49 left in the third. In the corner, it's Kleber. Marjanovic down low. Patterson defending. 5 to shoot. Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. And stolen by Patterson. Here's Rondo. Drops in the breakaway layup. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Rondo is a pro in transition. He can flat out get it done.
George against Brunson. Redick surveying the D. Pass to Marjanovic. Brunson against Patterson. Marjanovic. And stolen by Patterson. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Los Angeles leading by 10. Outside Rondo. Outside Leonard. And George kicks to Leonard. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Tipped away, but he gets it back. Back to Patterson. Outside for Rondo. And the wide open shot from Morris. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Rondo's got 3 assists in the game. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Doncic passes to Richardson. No good on the 3. Clippers have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Leonard's got 10 points in the game.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
The drive by Doncic. That shot, no good. Upside Rondo. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Clippers on top. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2 spot. Jackson passes to Zubac. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Clippers lead by 17.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And an intentional foul right there. Mavericks on D. Outside, George. Oh, good with the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And that's an intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And Doncic, here we go. And he gets it to go.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Outside, George. Poke loose. Porzingis with the steal. Richardson kicks to Finney Smith. Missed inside.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And he gets the whip. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Jackson has the open look. Los Angeles with another miss. Mavericks trail by 13. Batum with the steal. Here's Zubac, and we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Leonard against Doncic. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his third foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Here's Zubac. Outside for Jackson. And again, no good by the Clippers. Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Doncic passes to Richardson. Now here's Porzingis. Doncic outside to the left wing. 6 to shoot. Dallas moving the ball around. Buries the long-range jumper. Doncic has got 5 points in the quarter.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Pass to Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Mavericks trail by 12. Doncic dishes to Powell. Takes the three. Richardson controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. The shot by George, wide open. No good from outside. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and the dunk by Powell.
A heads up on the money pass from Richardson, showing us his all-around game.
Jackson passes to Zubac. It's George on the wing. Back to Jackson. No one near him. It's rebounded by Doncic. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 15-6 run. Powell kicks to Finney-Smith. 44 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Doncic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Powell. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Over in the corner, Batum from downtown. Los Angeles with another miss. And here are the Mavericks now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And with that unique combination of size and skill, Porzingis is a dependable late-game scoring option.
Leonard finds George.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night. And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
Doncic passes to Richardson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5.
When you look at Richardson's skill set, you look at his size, you think, man, this guy could be a great 3-and-D player.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The city of Denver is in full. We are.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the five for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the power forward position. And for the Nuggets, Jokic is out there with Gordon. Then it's Michael Porter. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Murray in at the point guard position. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Jokic against Zubac. From 10 feet out. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give.
Wow, hammering it in!
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Over Jackson. No good from 18.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
To the inside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Murray, the pass to Barton. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Porter against Leonard. Here's Gordon. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
Well, at 6'9", great athlete, Aaron Gordon can be a problem on the glass.
And Leonard has it in the corner. George against Barton. Latrey. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Kicks it to Porter. This is to Gordon. Back to Porter. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Barton finds Jokic. A three-pointer off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Batum dishes to Jackson. 5 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. They get it back. Zubac. With the clock winding down, and the dunk by Zubac.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Porter passes to Jokic. Back to Porter. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Both teams will make substitutions. Clippers leading by 4. Pass to George. 1:10 left to play in the first quarter. Patterson dishes to George. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one. Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
All alone. Yep, it counts. George has got 6.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Dozier. Now Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Rondo, bounce pass. George against Jokic. Here's Morris. There's the dish to Patterson. Morris kicks to Leonard. Morris passes to Patterson, and it's blocked, and he gets it back. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And that does it for the first quarter. Los Angeles on top, up by 4. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And we caught him.
Selfless. I mean, you need to
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Kennard. Marcus Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. That's Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the 2 spot. Bowl, he's checked in for Denver. Here's Dozier. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Down low. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Clippers in the lead. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Outside Rondo. To the paint, here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal, has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
And there's the pass to McGee. Denver passing it around, and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Denver making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. That free throw, good from Kennard. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Passes it to Zubac. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Porter with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Jackson against Porter. Great D that time from Batum. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. Batum passes to Man. Unloads. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Jokic is checked in for Bull. Jokic against Zubac. Jokic kicks to Murray. His 3-pointers off the mark. Here's the Clippers stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going.
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
Jokic on the follow.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Misses the 3. And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid-30% for his career from 3-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with the hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
Outside, George. And the foul on Will Barton. That's his first foul. And the Nuggets with some changes. Green, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Aaron Gordon comes in for Porter. And Paul Millsap is subbed in for Barton. And then for Los Angeles, Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Millsap passes to Jokic.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Clippers leading by 7. And here's Rondo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Inside. And it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap with great hands and the anticipation there to block the shot.
Here's Jokic. Offensive rebound. Now here is George. He's got 8. Pass to Morris. Back to George. Lays it up off the glass. And that's 10 points for George.
Well, I like to see Paul George be assertive down low. This guy doesn't lack for confidence, and he is.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Clipper.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a... Thanks for joining us.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Paul George really making a difference here.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
JaMychal Green is out there with Gordon. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Porter in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Takes a shot at the elbow, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Jokic has got 10 points.
And that's a good shot for him. He can shoot it over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
Murray dishes to Green. From the line, here's Gordon. He feeds it to Porter. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Jokic.
And just paying attention to the details, it makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
And George, here we go. And then George with the jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Jokic. Shoots over Leonard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
He'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Denver making a switch here. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. He dishes it to McGee. It's tipped. Outside Leonard. It's hauled in by Gordon. The Nuggets trail by 5. Back to Murray. Jokic high post. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
This This is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
Will Barton, he's checked in for Denver. And then for the Clippers, Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. Here's Mann, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here's the fast break for the tie. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for Jokic. And Paul Millsap is subbed in for Aaron Gordon. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in. Feeds it to Patterson. Pass to Mann. And the foul on Will Barton. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Nuggets making a switch here. Green's checked in. And George kicks to Patterson. It's Morris atop the key. This one for three. He doesn't hit that one. Now Denver takes it the other way. 3-on-3. And the pass to Bol. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Shoots over Patterson. Fade away. Bol can't hit. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. Nobody near George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Here's Denver now. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. Here's Morris. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Outside Millsap. Passes it to Bol. Kicks to Barton. For the lead. And that one, good. Barton's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nuggets.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Rondo drives in. Second chance effort. Shoots it. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Rondo's got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. From the low block. Rondo can't get it to go. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Green leading the charge.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Jokic firing on all cylinders for the Denver Nuggets. He keyed their comeback effort. He's the reason they are tied to close out the quarter. We'll return shortly. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. And it's Murray penetrating. That one drops for him.
And the D has no answer for Murray. Just absolutely ferocious at attacking the basket.
George looking around. Jackson in the corner. Back to George. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 2.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And it's Murray penetrating. He gets it in there.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
In the corner, George with it. Over Porter. Down low. And the basket by Jackson.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Murray with it. And it's Murray with the jam.
And the amazing athleticism of Murray just taking off towards the rim for the jam.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. From deep, George. He can't get it to go. And Denver the other way now. Here's Porter. That one falls.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Murray against Jackson. 2 points. That one goes. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Murray, the pass to Millsap, and the call on the shot that sends. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Jokic has checked in for Paul Millsap. Leonard attacking, and no good. Gordon with the defensive effort. For Denver, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Campazzo, guarded by Jackson. Pass to Dozier. And another miss by Denver. The Clippers trail. Now Zubac. Jackson down low. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
To the inside, McGee. That one good for 2. McGee's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nuggets.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
George dishes to Batum. Shot clock at 5. Back to George. But they get it back. Second shot opportunity. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
We call that masterful use of the pump fake. Paul George effective getting guys to jump on it.
And George drops them both.
Well, this is the kind of player he is. The tougher the moment, the more he elevates his game.
55 seconds left in the fourth. Campazzo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
He drops the first one, and that gives them the lead. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Denver.
Yeah, nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. Here's Zubac. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Here's Jokic. Money.
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
In the corner, George with it. To take the lead. Oturu. Rebound by the Nuggets. And he commits the intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
That's his second personal.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And there have been some to compare Porter to Kevin Durant. Really a fluid shooter who also possesses amazing athleticism.
Outside for Jackson. Looking for George. He gets it there. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line. That is absolute.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
for the land of the free.
Get ready, everyone, for Tuesday afternoon. D.A.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point guard. And for the Trailblazers, Giles is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 2.
When you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
Jackson passes to George. Now Zubac. Shoots over Nurkic. In the corner, George with it. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Now here's Lillard. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Here's George. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. The pass to Powell. Clock at 6. Lillard outside. Over Leonard. Lillard again missing. Lillard's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this. George against Powell. Pass to Zubac. It's stolen.
That's what we call intelligent defense. Just put himself in a position to make a play on that kick out.
Lillard looking around. They grab their own miss. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Jackson down low. Covered by Lillard. Jackson kicks to George. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And this is why you get George the ball there. He's solid at figuring out how to capitalize.
Out to the right wing. Leonard against Lillard. From deep. Here's Nurkic. Passes it to Giles. Powell kicks to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard with the ball, and so they foul intentionally. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Harry Giles. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Boy, Greg, there's a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Now here's Patterson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Toughness and energy on the boards, an easy putback to show for it.
And it's Anthony with the ball for the Trailblazers. Simons, the pass to Cantor. And yes, it's good. Cantor's got his second bucket.
Cantor is a single-minded scorer. Doesn't like to be denied when he's got position, even dealing with a lot of contact.
Clippers trail by 4. .106 left here in the first quarter. Morris kicks to Kennard. The 3-ball. Morris outside. Fast break, here they come. Here's Simons. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Rondo with the ball. Pass to Patterson. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Well, tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assist list. Incredible career that keeps going.
Here's Simons. Powell, the pass to Cannon. Can't get it to fall.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And that one drops for him.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Simons surveying the D. It's Powell on the wing. Fires from deep. Here's Cantor. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Well, one way to generate more offense.
Whoa, what a finish!
Run that back. I want to see the replay now.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's Kennard. Now the pass to Mann. 5 to shoot. Here's Morris. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
How about the strength of Morris shrugging off the D and nailing the shot?
Here's McCollum. Lays it up and banks it in.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now it's Anthony running. He can go all the way. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Lillard's checked in for Portland. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for him.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names.
Respect the leaping ability of Lillard, or you'll get dunked on.
Stolen by McCollum. Lillard with it. Leonard's there. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
I mean, look, he's evolved as a passer over the course of his career. Get to the right spot, Colin finds you.
Jackson finds Zubac. Lob pass to George, and it's George finishing it off.
And a little verticality there from George, not to mention the timing between those two on the alley-oop.
Lillard against Leonard. Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. Lillard outside. And it's denied.
And Batum has arms that go on forever and ever and ever, which is why he's so dangerous when it comes to shot blocking.
A different look now for Portland. Giles checked in for Enes Kanter. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Anthony. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. And that one's good. Leonard.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And it's Lillard missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's George. Great D that time from Nurkic. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. .55 seconds left to play here in the half.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Oh, just off his game, forcing a few shots, not let.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. From deep three-point range, great positioning on the putback. Giles has got the lead up to 10 now for Portland.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Oh, and Jackson is a guy that loves the contact, especially when he's shooting the ball.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Jackson hits both of them. Powell for three. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so that's the end of the first half. Trailblazers lead by 8.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And that does it for our...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Clippers trail by 8. We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Giles in at the power forward. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Now George. Just 5 on the clock. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Lillard misses. And for the Clippers, they're shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Nurkic. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Still young with loads of upside. Nurkic is comfortable playing the enforcer. I mean, you can tell he wants to keep improving.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 6-point game. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Lillard against Leonard. Looking to get it going. Pass to Nurkic. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers trail by 4. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And now we've got the intentional foul. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the Clippers with a change here, too. And checked in. A shot by Batum, no good.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard against Leonard. Count that one. Lillard's got 9 points.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for Leonard. Trailblazers leading by 6. McCollum finds Lillard. Here's Giles. Patterson defending. Giles, that's good. 6 points for him.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
On the wing, George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. That's a 2 from Lillard. The rebound by Patterson.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in.
That gives them 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Passes it to Mann. Will it go? Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Mann's got himself on the board with 3 there. McCollum outside. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Trailblazers moving the ball around. McCollum kicks to Lillard. The pass to Nurkic. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Patrick Patterson. Now the Clippers moving it up. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Morris. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got 6. Clippers trail by 7. Here's Jackson. Oh, Morris in position. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Cantor kicks to Anthony. It's Powell on the wing. Cantor, the pass to Powell. And Jones has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. And it's good, 2 points.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Right side, Rondo. To the middle. Here's Patterson. The shot, no good. Excellent D from Cantor.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And an intentional foul right there. The Trailblazers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Well, their goal was to limit their turnovers. They've wasted way too many possessions.
For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Leonard in for Nicholas Batum. He's perfect from the line this time.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
And here's Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Strong finish by Rondo. I mean, he's got great strength for a guard. Tough matchup.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Powell, the pass to Anthony, and they pick up 2. Anthony's got 7 points.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Here's Leonard. Off target with that shot. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with a 10-point lead. Some brief. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Trailblazers leading by 10. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, we've got Marcus Morris. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And now we've got the intentional foul. Now off the inbound. Leonard, no luck.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Three-pointer, Lillard sinks the triple. Lillard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from George. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. Cullen passes to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. And Lillard throws it down.
Oh, it's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
McCollum against George. And it's George finishing it off.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Lillard up top. And the rejection by Jackson. Covington with the bucket.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Jackson. And it's Portland with the rebound. McCollum kicks to Lillard. And he commits the intentional foul. Here's of Nurkic. He's checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. McCollum. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. And then Lillard slams it in.
A terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Here's George. Outside Leonard. Now here's Zubac. T right on him. Just 5 to shoot. Batum passes to Zubac. Goes back up. He lays it in.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Trailblazers leading by 13. Lillard fires away from way outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with the comfortable lead.
So they foul intentionally. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Reggie Jackson. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And they go to the intentional foul. Free throw good. Nurkic. Both good from the line that time. Clippers trail by 18. George with the ball. Now Covington defending. And it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 4th rebound in this one. George against Covington. And George kicks to Zubats. Outside for George. Portland grabs the miss. Giles has got 4 rebounds in this game.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Portland.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
He was the one dictating the pace tonight, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 18. There's a minute left in the game. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Clippers have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. And the shot goes in.
Well, for a point guard, despite shaky range, Rondo has a pretty good field goal percentage for his career. A lot of that is shot selection.
Kicks it to Nurkic. Pass to McCollum. There's the triple. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Trailblazers lead by 19.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
And that's an intentional foul. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 17. 30 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
Taking 2 shots. Timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
As crafty as they come. George has lots of experience when it comes to mixing up defenders.
So he gets them both. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Basket counts.
Well, you can't leave somebody that wide open when Jackson's running the show. Reggie will find him every time.
Passes it to Simons. High post, Nurkic. McCollum outside. Offline with his 3. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up. The view high above our broadcast. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 players injured, one of their stars out, something they'll have to dig deep to overcome.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Cauley Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at center.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Richardson against Jackson. And stolen by Cauley Stein.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
George dishes to Jackson. Back to George. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. And here is Doncic. Fires from 14. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, you really have to like how George uses his body effectively down low there. I mean, the defense pretty much has no choice but to foul him in that situation.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Doncic outside. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter, just over a minute played. Out to Doncic. Clock at 6. Back to Cauley Stein. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
George with no one around. And it's off from three-point range. The Mavericks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Cauley Stein goes in. Outside, Porzingis. Doncic outside. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Jackson against Richardson. The drive by Jackson, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Doncic. To the inside, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for the Mavericks.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Hardaway Jr., guys, doing a nice job there, just taking what the defense gives him in the screen and roll. Good decision making.
The pass to Morris. There's Jackson with the 3. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Leonard against Doncic. .129 left in the first quarter. Here's Porzingis. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of him.
Mavericks trail by 4. Doncic with it. No points in the game yet for him. Down low. Porzingis can't hit. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. And it's George finishing it off.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. It's tipped. It's stolen by Morris. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Here's Leonard. No good with the layup. The Mavericks shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Dallas making a switch here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Now here's Brunson. Banked in off the glass.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
They've got Kennard. Batuma's out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Oturu in at the center position. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Yep, that one goes. Rondo's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways. You can win a lot of different ways. But you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Now Brunson. To the paint, here's Marjanovic. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Stolen by Brunson. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Patterson inside. Covered by Redick. Back to Patterson. And he makes good on the layup. Patterson's got 4 points in the quarter. Mavericks trail by 9. Brunson kicks to Kleba. Inside. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. In the corner, it's Kleba. Just 4 to shoot. From 12 feet out. Marjanovic, no good.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Richardson. No good that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And, Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets up.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
Marcus Morris.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Zubac with the block.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
They get a hand on it. Finney-Smith. And that one's drained from the low block.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Jackson passes to George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game play. Doncic finds Cauley Stein.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Jackson against Doncic. In the corner, it's Morris. Pass to Jackson. Back to George. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Nice release on the shot. George has put a lot of work into his mechanics. And I like the way he continues to impress from beyond the arc.
Paul George, he's been the guy making. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds. And that's...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Doncic against Zubac. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And there's George. That's good on the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th assist in this one. Doncic looking it over. Out to the wing. Pass to Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. Unloads from 9. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Guys, you look at Porzingis, and it seems like he's got a knack for chasing down the ball on the offensive glass. Really good instinct.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's foul number 2 for him. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Redick comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Outside for Batum. Fires for three. Knocks down the three ball. And the Clippers lead by 16.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Brunson the pass to Kleba. Can't hit that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Oturu. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Powell comes in for Porzingis.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player. Very effective at finding the open man, too.
Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. And that one drops.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Los Angeles leading by 17. Outside Rondo. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Batum, good.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Redick with the bucket.
You know, that's one of Redick's specialties there. I mean, you knock a shot down against his team, he's looking to come right back at you.
And here's Rondo. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Clippers shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And the technical free throw is good. Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Over in the corner, Batum. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Batum's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Batum is a great spot up threat. He's quick to get it off, and the stroke is pure. Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Patterson dishes to Leonard. Outside for Batum. And a wide open look for Rondo. Off target from three-point range. Mavericks trail by 18. 4-on-3 break. And so they choose to intentionally foul. George is checked in for Los Angeles. And Dallas with a change here too. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Rondo against Powell. Leonard looking around. Pass to Batum. Leonard dishes to Batum. Back to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, George. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up.
A prolific slasher with some serious bounce. Hardaway Jr. Fun to watch.
It's George on the wing. Guarded by Powell. Brunson against George. Right side, Leonard. Outside for Batum. And Leonard has it in the corner. And the Clippers miss again. Mavericks trail by 14. And he commits the intentional foul. Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
You know, sometimes the great three-point shooters in the game don't carry that same success to the free throw line, but that's not the case with J.J. Redick. I mean, he's cash money from the stripe, too.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Finney-Smith, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers, sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the power forward. So that's the line. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
2 shots.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard comes in for Reggie Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Marjanovic checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and it's Burke in for Richardson. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Thank you, David. George, no good. Mavericks trail by 12, and so they foul intentionally. Doncic with it. Kicks it to Cauley Stein. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, that's not an easy assignment, as Porzingis showed there. He's a lot to handle.
And so he hits both.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Throws it up high. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
And so it's Dallas with it. 8-point game. He kicks to Doncic. Down low. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
George passes to Zubac. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And, you know, the versatile George does so many things well. A high-octane player who I think gives you intensity at both ends of the court.
Shot clock at 6. Zubac kicks to George. From beyond the arc and then some. George has got 4 this quarter.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Oh, Leonard in position.
Oh, my goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
To the inside. Here's Cauley Stein.
And Cauley Stein so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Clippers.
fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Kennard. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Hits the three-point bomb. Doncic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Up top, Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. And another three for the Clippers.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the three ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
The pass to Porzingis. Fires the three. He can't hit that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. It's George on the wing. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter. Batum against Hardaway. Baseline try, and it's off the back rim. No good. Mavericks trail by 11. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Clippers.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Pass to Coffey to the left side wing. 6 to shoot. Batum. That one, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
He hits the first one, and that brings them to within 10. Burke hits them both. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
And Coffey gets it to go.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There's a look at downtown Los Angeles and the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Gordon out there with Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barton in at the shooting guard position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the center position. And the shot goes down. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
If you go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships, you know, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
And here's Denver. Barton finds Gordon. Jackson against Barton. Murray left side. 5 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Porter outside. Kept alive. Tries again. And again, Jokic. Jokic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, Jokic is not the quickest guy off the floor, but he uses his body well and great timing to get the offensive rebound.
Outside Leonard. To the middle. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now here's Murray. Pass to Jokic. Shoots the three. Morris with the rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Back to Barton. Passes to Jokic. Tee that time from Leonard.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. Murray, the pass to Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Shot left block. Jokic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Jokic doing a better job there of using his body inside and getting the angle, then finds his way to the line.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
Now here's Rondo. Back to Patterson, and it goes down 2 points.
Yeah, there's no excuse right there for not covering one of the guys on the floor, and that's Rondo around the rim where he can score.
Green is checked in for Nikola Jokic. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the contest. The Nuggets trail, and Jokic likes physical play. Trent, he embraces the contact.
Well, you look at his physique, and I think he can absorb a lot of what it is that comes his way. But he's comfortable wrestling. He's got brothers. He knows what that's like. And he also loves to mess around with those press conference microphones, as we see.
To the paint. Goes up with it. And there's the bucket as Green finishes it off.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Rondo looking over the floor. Kennard on the wing. 4 on the clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. For Denver, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Dozier kicks the ball. Over Patterson, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
The Clippers trail. Now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Batum against Green. Pass to man. Trying to find Batum. He's got it now. Tries again. Green with the rebound. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Kicks it to Bol. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's man. Outside Rondo. Batum for 3. Drills the three-pointer. It could go. No good on that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clip. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes for...
this game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Patterson is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 2-guard spot.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Campazzo. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there. And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Wide open look here for Murray, and another miss by Denver. Clippers leading by 5. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. George up top, defended by Gordon. Jackson from long range. No good on that one. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Deep 2 from Murray. Paul George grabs the miss. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles.
And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
Here's Murray after the Clippers pick up 2.
Toughest thing to cover in the game, and Jamal Murray making it difficult on that play in the pick and roll.
Jackson looking it over. Kennard with the ball. Now defended by Jokic. You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations. Logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
George with no one around. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Back to Jackson. Gordon against George. Over Gordon. Jackson passes to George. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Murray against Jackson, and stolen by Patterson. George dishes to Leonard. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Luke Kennard. The Nuggets trail by 9. And it's Murray penetrating. Here's Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And it's 8 points for Jokic.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Outside Leonard. From deep, George. The Clippers keep it alive. Out to Morris. Stolen by McGee. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Jokic is running. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside, George. Makes it off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Dozier, defended by George. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. Dozier's got his second basket of the game. George with the ball. 1 second left, and George with the stuff.
Now PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
Knocks it loose. Leonard with the steal. And so
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Jeff. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up. And that'll about do.
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
Reagan, New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Michael Porter's out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Dozier in at the shooting guard. Here's Jokic after the basket by Will Barton. And he gets the bucket. Jokic has got 10 points.
Well, people try to be aggressive with Jokic, but it doesn't bother him much on that kind of possession. Think about the 40th pick back in 2012. Will Barton languished on the bench in Portland for his first 2 seasons, actually 2.5. And then that trade to Denver, boy, that jump-started everything. Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Now here's Barton. He kicks to Porter. Lock at 6. And with the Nuggets, Barton becoming an immediate contributor. And Brent, in recent seasons, they're starter at the small forward.
Yeah, he's an interesting player. He's a slender and slightly built player, but excellent at getting out there and rebounding. A tremendous runner at the wing position to play in transition. And that wingspan certainly helps out on a lot of plays, both offensively and defensively.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Jackson. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for the Nuggets. That free throw good from Barton.
6'6", 175. That's one wily athlete. Will Barton, tough to guard, given his height and his speed.
Now Rondo, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Stolen by McGee. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubats. Bol, he's checked in for Denver. Murray comes in for Will Barton. Porter passes to Bol for the tie, and he lays it up and in. Bol's got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Rondo kicks to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And not a next-level athlete, but Morris has the ability to face up and beat his man off the dribble.
Morris against Porter. To the wing right side. Murray the pass to Porter. Denver passing it around. Outside for Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Porter. On the wing, Green. Over George. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. The Nuggets also changing it up. Paul Millsap is checked in for JaVale McGee. And Gordon subbed in for Porter. Rondo against Murray. Rondo passes to Patterson. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got his 4th assist in this one. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half, and it's Murray with the jam.
Well, if Murray gets his slashing game together like that, that's a good sign for his offense. Love how confident he is.
The drive by Rondo goes up and lays it nice and easy. Rondo's got his first points in this one.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
Murray finds Millsap, and he's off on his first shot of the game. Clippers leading by 4. Here's the lob to the hoop. Patterson can't get it to go.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Now the pass to Man inside, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Batum's got 5.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this hot, a great chance to extend this lead.
And here's Gordon. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Right side Millsap. 5 to shoot. Here's Murray. Millsap. And it's Millsap with the extra effort.
And they found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Rondo passes to Man. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Back to Gordon. For 3, Millsap. Can't get it to fall. The third quarter comes to a close. The Clippers on top. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Rajon Rondo. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Batum against Millsap, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers. Denver also making some changes. Jokic has checked in for Bull. Porter comes in for Paul Millsap. And Barton subbed in for Clark. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. JaVale McGee's checked in for Denver. Clippers leading by 4. Outside Jackson. Porter looking it over. Campazzo pass to Jokic. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. The kick out to Porter. Back to Jokic. Shoots over Leonard. Another shot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
Now, here is George. Stolen by McGee. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Here's George. It's good.
Well, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Passes it to Jokic. And the rejection by Zubac. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Now, here is George. From deep. Millsap grabs the miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Murray's checked in.
Murray fearless on that drive right there, not worried at all about the contact.
Now, here's George. Zubac kicks to George. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Paul George stepping up big time.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Back to Murray. Kicks it out to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Pass to Jokic. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Well, Jokic needed it, and he got it.
Here's George. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Well, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. It's good.
I like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
Jackson with it. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Outside, George. Morris kicks to George. And it's George again missing. Nuggets have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's tied up with that one.
And that was huge right there. Just as cool as he could be. And he's been clutch at the line there in a very tense moment.
Outside, George. 56 seconds left in the 4th. It's in!
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
Now I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Now Murray. Down low, Millsap. The layup missed.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
I'm not sure, but that could be a game-changing miss. He wanted that back.
Now here's Leonard. He feeds it to Morris. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Leonard against Porter. Leonard attacking. It counts.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
On the wing, George. Hits it from 3-point range.
Like how Paul George right now is reading the defense like a Sunday paper, has a good feel as to when to fire from distance.
So the Clippers with the win. Probably. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight, the names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is
better able to weather the storm and take care of business.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. And Leonard has it in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by George. Indoors tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
Now Leonard, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Leonard looking around. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Well, efficiency from the mid-range has always been a part of Kawhi Leonard's game.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Pushing it up. Finished off the break. Leonard's got 7 points in the game.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Lillard to stop the run. From deep three-point range, drills it from outside.
And there it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
George against McCollum. From past the arc. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. And the pass to George. Just 5 on the clock. Ball's knocked loose. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. For Portland, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Lillard way outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
And that one's good, George.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Lillard with no one around. Drains it from beyond the arc. He's got 6.
Gets 1 to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. George passes to Zubac. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. And Portland with a change here, too. Anthony's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 5. Lillard with it. He has 6. And Lillard throws it down.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Rondo against Lillard. Outside, Batum. And again, no good by the Clippers. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. They get it again. Kicks it out to Lillard. Over Rondo. And it's Lillard missing.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
And stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. Anthony leading the charge. Back to Lillard. 51 seconds left to play here in the first. Launches it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 11 points.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pass to Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Powell against George. And he comes up with the deuce.
Just incredible concentration. When Paul George is going strong inside, it doesn't matter what he's got to overcome.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Nurkic finds Lillard. From downtown, and it's Lillard again missing. They're running. Rondo wide open. A three-pointer, no good. He got it up. That one misses. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers ahead, up by 2. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays so grounded.
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dream.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Derek Jones. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point. Here's Simons. Portland needs to get off a shot. Kanter. And too long on the shot.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
The shot's good from Kennard.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
We played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter.
Boy, Kanter is a big-time target. Sometimes just throw it toward the rim. He'll take care of the rest.
And here's Rondo. No points in the game yet for him. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
And funny thing is, if that doesn't get you benched, I have no idea what would.
Clippers leading by 3. Here's Morris. Powell pulls it in. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Jones. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Robert Covington's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. To the middle, Covington with the steal. In the corner, Powell with it. Over Kennard. Takes it out to Covington. Kanter dishes to Jones. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Floats one up. Man gets the bucket. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts of maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. And Kanter able to finish.
I love the hustle and the heart with which Enes Kanter plays. This guy is a terror on the offensive glass.
Pass to Kennard. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Powell, no one around him, and no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Passes it to Patterson. Leonard kicks to Kennard. To the inside. It's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, a convincing finish by Patrick Patterson, giving us a demonstration of the kind of power he has at his disposal.
It's Powell on the wing. Covington passes to Powell. Trying to find Covington. Gets it to him. Over Morris. They get the rebound. And there's the pass to Simons. No good with the triple.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Pass to Kennard. And here's Leonard from three. It doesn't go for him. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Dives for it. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. McCollum's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Clippers leading by 4. The deep three from George. The long distance three is buried. George has got 7 points in the game.
Well, we knew that Paul George was a long-limbed, exceptional defender coming out of Fresno. His offense, though, has been impressive from the time he has stepped between the lines on the NBA level.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by McCollum. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. His three-pointer's off the mark. And so that brings the first half to a close. Clippers lead by 7. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here, Ken. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George inviting historic comparisons. Shaq, for your money, are they as good as any deal to go? Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Trailblazers trail by 7. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
They've got Batum. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. That's a 2 from Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. It's deflected. George passes to Leonard. Out of hand on it. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. It's Jackson with the drive. Outside for Batum. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Nurkic with the block. And they get it back. Batum finds Zubac. A second chance effort. Rebound by Nurkic.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Back to Lillard. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's George. Lillard with the rebound.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building. Boy, picking up where he left off. His second from distance this half, 5 overall.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's his first foul. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Portland with the change here, too. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
Lillard way outside. And another 3 for Portland.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Rondo on top. Covered by Lillard. Yep, that one goes.
And Rondo, he's fantastic at staying strong through the contact.
Lillard looking around. From outside the arc, and the Trailblazers another three.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Now here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Batum. Pass to Zubac. Shoots over Cantor. No good from Zubac. Portland trailing here. Lillard outside. The dish to Cantor. It's stolen by Rondo. It's tipped. Stolen by Cantor. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Clippers making a switch here. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Rondo dishes to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Back to Lillard for the tie. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
52 seconds left to play in the third. It's Covington on the wing. Clock at 6. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Lillard misses. And Morris has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's man, covered by Lillard. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. And stolen by Patterson. Here's man. And he dunks it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Portland no good that time either.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Little. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. Passes it to Simons. Deep 2 from Anthony. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles leading by 4. Outside Rondo. Fires the 3. The shot missing. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Anthony on the wing. Down low. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Lillard comes in for Anthony Simons. Left side, Batum. There's the pass to Zubac. Lays it up off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Shakes him. And it's good on the layup. And that's 31 points for Damian Lillard.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Anthony on the wing. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. So the wing on the left from the baseline. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Damian Lillard.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Outside, Batum wants to get it to Zubac, and does. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside, Jackson. On the wing, Batum. To the paint, Nurkic with the steal. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Lillard outside. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Leonard. Good D by McCollum.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
At the elbow, it's George. The shot's good.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. A 3. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
George against McCollum. George passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Lillard outside. From deep. Connects again from distance.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Lillard against Jackson. Outside for Batum. Zubac in the post. Covered by Anthony. Zubac in the post. Anthony on him. It's good! And that shot brings them to within just 1. Lillard outside. Dishes it to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Clippers. And George, here we go. Count!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Back to Lillard. It's up a 3. The shot misses. And here is Los Angeles now. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Back to Leonard. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Anthony. Lillard from outside. Buries the triple.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good.